Good morning, one and all. So, we completed ancient Indian history MCQs, and let's move to the medieval Indian history. And the first topic is early medieval India. The first topic is early medieval India. The medieval Indian history, the first topic is early medieval India. So, early medieval India, in this time period, North India was ruled by 36 Rajput dynasties. 36 Rajput dynasties. North India was ruled by 36 Rajput dynasties. And Bihar and Bengal, eastern part of India, Bihar and Bengal was ruled by Pala dynasty and Sena dynasty. Pala dynasty and Sena dynasty. And whereas coming to the South India, Badami Chalukyas were replaced by the Rashtrakutas, and Rashtrakutas ruled almost 200 years Deccan area, and Rashtrakutas were replaced by the Kalyani Chalukyas. Kalyani Chalukyas, they ruled 200 years approximately. And whereas coming to the south part or the southeast part, ruled by the Pallavas, were replaced by the Cholas. And this was the scenario of early medieval India from 750 AD to 1200 AD. 1200 AD. North India 36 Rajput dynasties, and whereas Bihar and Bengal, Pala dynasty, Sena dynasty. Pala dynasty ruled 300 years, and whereas Sena dynasty ruled 100 years approximately. And whereas South India, let's see that Rashtrakutas were replaced by the Kalyani Chalukyas Deccan, whereas Southeast or South and Pallavas were replaced by the Cholas. And these were the dynasties who ruled India from 750 to 1200 AD. Yes, let's come to the point. The first question is, which among the following is are correct? Which among the following is are correct? In the early medieval period, it means 750 to 1200 AD approximately. 36 Rajput clans ruled North India. Yes, I told you this is the right statement. 36 Rajput dynasties ruled India. Yes. And the second statement, in the book Annals and Antiquities of Rajasthan, James Sturd, he said that Rajputs were descendants of Huns and Indian women. And who were the Rajputs? Here the question is Rajputs. We never have heard about the Rajputs before the 750 AD. 750 AD. The Rajputs were the descendants, it means successors of or children of Huns and Indian women. And you know very well, Huns invaded India in the time of Guptans. Finally, Guptans were ended because of the Huns who came from the Central Asia. And they entered, finally, they defeated Guptas in 550 AD, and they entered India and they ruled the Indian women. They married the Indian women, and their children or their offspring or their descendants were called as Rajputs. And they came to power in 750 AD. Actually, 550 AD, they defeated the Guptans, but after the 200 years, they came to the power and they ruled North India. And there is a book, Annals and Antiquities of Rajasthan. The man who, author James Sturd, he said that Rajputs were descendants of Huns and Indian women, offspring of Huns and Indian women. This is the right statement. The great scholar Rajashekara was in the court of Pratihara Mahipala, and out of 36 dynasties, and 6 dynasties very important for our exam point of view. And the first one is Gurjara Pratihara dynasty. Pratihara dynasty, or you can call it as Gurjara Pratihara dynasty. And the statement is, the third statement is, the great scholar Rajashekara was in the court of Pratihara Mahipala. It means Pratihara dynasty, Mahipala was a king of Pratihara dynasty. And Rajashekara, yes, this statement is right. Rajashekara was in the court of Mahipala. Rajashekara wrote many books. And Kavya Mimamsa, Karpura Manjari, Bhuvana Kosha, Hara Vilasha, Vidya Salabanjika, and these are the important books which was written by the Rajashekara, who was in the court of the king Mahipala of Pratihara dynasty. And see these the books names Kavya Mimamsa, Karpura Manjari, Bhuvana Kosha, Hara Vilasa, and Vidya Salabanjika. And next, the greatest ruler of Paramara dynasty, another dynasty. This is Pratihara and this is Paramara dynasty. And I told you 36 Rajput dynasties ruled India. And this is one dynasty, Pratihara, and next one is Paramara dynasty. The greatest ruler of Paramara dynasty was Paramara Bhoja, who composed 24 Sanskrit kavyas. And so here Rajashekara was a scholar, but not a king. He was in the court of Mahipala. But here Paramara Bhoja, he was a great scholar and king of Paramara dynasty. He was not only king, but also a great scholar in the time of early medieval period. And see this, he wrote 24 Sanskrit kavyas. 24 Sanskrit kavyas. And you don't need to remember all the 24. At least you have to remember 3 or 4 books which was written by the Paramara Bhoja. Yes. Coming to the point, Samarangana Sutradhara, the books Samarangana Sutradhara, Samarangana Sutradhara, the book on architecture. This book on architecture, Samarangana Sutradhara, the book on architecture. And second one is Yukti Kalpataru. This is a book on administration, Yukti Kalpataru. Raja Mriganka, book on yoga, Raja Mriganka. Yes, and these are some of the important books of Paramara Bhoja. Samarangana Sutradhana, book on architecture, Yukti Kalpataru, book on administration, and Raja Mriganka, book on yoga. And one more book you have to add, Ayurveda Sarvasya, book on medicine. And Paramara Bhoja was a walking encyclopedia. He was expert in various fields, architecture, administration, yoga, and medicine. Yes. And the right statement. And what is your question? Which among the following is are correct? And see, tell me, statement 1 is right, statement 2 is right, statement 3 is right, statement 4 is right. All the 4 statements are right. And your answer is D. All. Yes, clear? Yes, let's move to the next question. Yes. Which among the following is or wrong? See, the first statement, Muhammad of Ghazni, and generally called him as a Muhammad Ghazni. Actually, his actual name Muhammad. He came from the Ghazni in Afghanistan. Yes, Muhammad Ghazni destroyed the famous Somanatha temple in the time of Solanki ruler Bhima I. Bhima I. And you know very well, so Muslims invaded India started from the 712 AD. 712 AD. So the first Muslim invader to India, Muhammad bin Qasim. The next important one is Muhammad Ghazni, and the next important one is Muhammad Ghori. And coming to the point, in the school days we heard about that Muhammad Ghazni who invaded India 17 times, 1-7. And let's come to the first statement. Muhammad of Ghazni destroyed the famous Somanatha temple in the time of Solanki ruler Bhima I. Somanatha temple is the 16th invasion of Muhammad Ghazni, 16th invasion. Out of 17, this was the 16th one. And when he invaded Somanatha temple and Solanki rulers ruled the Gujarat. And Bhima I was the ruler of Solankis. The right statement. Yes. So when Muhammad Ghazni invaded Gujarat, particularly Somanatha temple, Bhima fled to the nearby area, Bhima I. And after Ghazni left the Gujarat, Bhima I came to the Gujarat and repaired the Somanatha temple. Statement 1 is right. Statement 1 is right. And coming to the second statement, Jain scholar Hemachandra was in the court of Jayasimha Siddharaja, who was the greatest king of Solanki dynasty. And come to the point, Hemachandra, he was very familiar scholar, Hemachandra. And I think you might have heard about the Hemachandra in the time of Mauryan period. Yes. Ramachandra gave information of Mauryan period. So, according to Ramachandra Parisishta Parvan, so what happened? Magadha was affected by famine. So, some of the Jains, they moved from Pataliputra to Shravanabelagola, and they became Digambara Jains. And even Chandragupta Maurya, he abdicated his throne to his son Bindusara, and he also came to Shravanabelagola. And he had taken Sallekan Ratha at Shravanabelagola. This entire information comes from the Hemachandra Parisishta Parvan. This is a secondary source. Why? Because of Hemachandra, he belongs to 12th century AD, 12th century AD, but he had given the information of 300 BC. Because of which is a secondary source. Yes, am I correct? Yes. Coming to the point, Jain scholar Hemachandra was in the court of Jayasimha Siddharaja, who was the greatest king of Solanki dynasty. And I told you Solankis ruled Gujarat. And the most important rulers are Jayasimha Siddharaja, Kumarapala, Bhima I and Bhima II. Solankis. And out of all, Jayasimha Siddharaja was the greatest king of Solanki dynasty. It is a right statement. And this man Hemachandra, he was a court scholar of Jayasimha Siddharaja and his son Kumarapala. And he was a court scholar of 12th century AD, court scholar of both Jayasimha Siddharaja and his son and ruler Kumarapala. And Hemachandra, he was not only wrote Parisishta Parvan, he wrote number of books, and some of them are Kumarapala Charita. He wrote Kumarapala Charita in the name of his king Kumarapala. Kumara Pala, Kumara Pala. And 360 Salaka Purusha, another book, 360 Salaka Purusha, Shalaka Purusha. 360 Salaka Purusha. So this is a story about the 63 Jain monks. 63 Jain monks. And I told you Yamachandra was a Jain scholar. 63 Jain monks. Jain monks. Yes. Next, statement 2 is also right. And let's come to the statement 3. In the Battle of Mount Abu, Bhima II defeated Muhammad Ghori. Bhima II defeated Muhammad Ghori. And let's come to the point. Bhima II, Solanki ruler, I told you. Jaisimha Siddharaja, Kumarapala, Bhima I, Bhima II. Yes. Bhima II time period, Muhammad Ghori invaded India. Bhima I time period, Muhammad Ghazni invaded India. So right statements both are. And Bhima II defeated the Muhammad Ghori. Yes, that's the right statement. And one point you have to remember, Muhammad Ghazni never defeated in India. Never. He doesn't know what is defeat. He doesn't know what is defeat. Ataniki ovatami ante telidamma. But whereas coming to the Muhammad Ghori defeated the Indian rulers and he was defeated by the Indian rulers, vice versa. And Bhima II, he defeated Muhammad Ghori. Yes. And once when I was a student of UPSC asked one question. So Muhammad Ghazni invaded India in the time of Bhima II. Muhammad Ghori invaded India in the time of Bhima I. Both the statements are wrong. So Muhammad Ghazni invaded Bhima one time. Muhammad Ghori invaded Bhima II time. Yes. So these two statements are right. One right, two right, three right. And let's come to the Solanki. And even Bhima II defeated Muhammad Ghori. Here, Muhammad Ghazni defeated Bhima I. Because of Ghazni, he never tasted the defeatedness. Yes. And fourth one, Solankis constructed many Jain temples at Dilwara. Solankis who ruled Gujarat out of 36 Rajput dynasties. Solanki is one dynasty. Out of 36 Rajput dynasties who ruled North India from 750 to 1200 AD, one of them is Solankis, I told you. Solankis constructed many Jain temples at Dilwara. So Dilwara is near Mount Abu, Rajasthan, you know very well. And these temples are also called as Dilwara temples. These Jain temples are also called as Dilwara temples or the Mount Abu temples. Yes, this is the right statement. Yes. Now let's come to the question. Which among the following is or wrong? Wrong answer. The first statement right. Amachandra was in the court of Jaisimha Siddharaja, who was the greatest king of Solanki. Right. In the battle of Mount Abu, Bhima II defeated Muhammad Ghori. Right. Solanki is considered many Jain temples. Yes. Bhima II defeated Muhammad Ghori. Yes, that is right. Suppose Bhima II was defeated by the Muhammad Ghori, that is wrong. Yes. So there is no option. Yes. All right. All. Answer is, there is no answer. All. Yes. Let's come to the next statement. Oh, I'm sorry. What is the wrong answer? There is no wrong answer. But your answer is none. None is your answer. There is no wrong. Yes. Actually, I thought that Bhima II was padleda ade untadi. So anyway, 3 only, no? Yes. None is the answer. None is the answer. All are right, Amma. Yes. Let's come to the next question. Which among the following is or correct? Correct statement. Chandelas. Yes. Chandelas were another Rajput dynasty out of 36 Rajput dynasties who ruled from 750 to 1200 AD. 1200 AD. Yes. But come to the point. Chandelas built magnificent temples at Khajuraho, which were recognized as World Heritage Centers by UNESCO in 1986. 1986. Chandalas built magnificent temples at Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh. And these temples were called as Khajuraho temples. Khajuraho temples. And the best Sikara temples in the world. Best Sikara temples in the world. Best Shikara, or you can call it as Nagara. Best Shikara, or you can call it the Nagara temples in the world. I don't know whether you are aware or not. Yes, we have a 5000 years history. Yes, you know very well. Our history 3000 BC Indus Valley civilization. It means 3000 BC and 200 AD, 2000 AD. Totally 5000 years history. We have 5000 years history, but we have 2000 years history of temple construction. So India have 2000 years of history of temple construction. So suppose if anybody asks you, we have 5000 years history, it means Indus Valley civilization 3000 BC and now 2000 AD, 2024. So add 5000 years. But temple construction history just 2000 years. So we have two types of temple construction, Amma. We have two types of temple construction. One is structural temples. Structural temples. I think you might have seen in the outside. Second one is cave temples. Cave temples. Structural temples ante nirmanatmaka devalayalu. Cave temples ante guhalayalu. Cave, guha. Yes. Anyway, structural temples once again 3 types. And cave temples once again 2 types. Yes. This is all about art and architecture of temples in the Indian culture. Structural temples, one is Sikara, or you can call it as Nagara style. Sikara, or you can call it as Nagara style. I told you these Chandalas temples, Khajuraho temples, or you can call it Chandalas temples, the best Sikara temples in the world. Best Sikara temples in the world. You haven't seen anywhere in the world. This type of Sikara. Why it is called a Sikara? And see this, the last one, Sikara. It's look like a Sikara. Sikara. Yes. And this Sikara or Nagara style was founded by the Guptans. Guptans in 4th century AD. Actually, this style was invented by whom? Guptans. And second one is Dravidian style. Dravidian style of temple. This is, suppose if anybody asks you in the interview or mains or prelims, this is shape of beehive. Tene putta. Beehive shape. This is beehive shape. Look, see. Beehive. Yes. And coming to the point, Dravidian style of temple architecture. Second one is Dravidian style of temple architecture. It's like a pyramid shape or Vimana shape. Pyramid or Vimana. And please see this. This is Sanctum Sanctorium. Sanctum Sanctorium means Garbhagudi. And the main deity was in there. Yes, Sanctum. And above the Sanctum Sanctorium. This means from here, not here. From here, above the, from here to here. This is called as Vimana. Vimana shape or pyramid shape. Pyramid. So you can understand easily structural temples, particularly Dravidian temples, shape is pyramid. And whereas Shikara shape is beehive. Beehive. And Dravidian style of temple architecture was founded by Pallavas. Pallavas in 7th century AD. In 7th century AD. Whereas coming to the another one, Vesara style of temple architecture. Vesara, V-E-S-A-R-A. V for very good. Vesara style of temple architecture. Yes. And Vesara style of temple architecture is mixing of both Sikara and Dravida. Both Sikara and Dravida. And see this, see the board. And Sikara, this is Dravidian style, this is Sikara style. Same like pyramid. And whereas top, it's look like this. Top is Sikara. This one is above this pyramid shape. This is South Indian style Dravida. This is what it is called as Sikara style. Both mixing of Sikara and Dravida, it is called as Vesara. Am I clear? Yes. Yes. Let's come to the cave temples. Cave temples, two types. One is natural cave temples. 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 So, the caves are generally very natural caves. And suppose if anybody constructed temple in the natural caves, so that is called as natural cave temples. So, second one is rock cut cave temples. Rock cut cave temples. Rock cut cave temples. It means, and Badami Chalukyas are very familiar about the rock cut cave temples, and rock cut cave temple glory reached at the height of zenith in the time of Rashtrakutas. In the time of Rashtrakutas. And are you getting my point? Yes. Actually, Badami Chalukyas were very familiar about these rock cut cave temples, but rock cut cave temple glory reached at the height of zenith in the time of Rashtrakutas. And I don't know whether you are or not. And the last group on APPSC asked the question, which among the following one constructed the largest, biggest, grandest rock cut cave temple in the world in Ellora? In Ellora. Ellora was the capital of Rashtrakutas. We came to know little later, Rashtrakutas, and they had taken one, see this, they had taken one stone like this. Yes. See the board. So, I am talking about rock cut cave temple. This is a rock. And rock cut. So, if you cut like this, a rock look like this. Yes. This is called as caves. That is called a rock cut. Then rock became cave. Cave designed as temple. Rock cut cave temple and designed as temple. And Krishna one Rashtrakuta ruler. So this is the group 1 question, and many times UPSC asks this question. He constructed largest, biggest, grandest rock cut cave temple in the world. And even UNESCO group came, visited this place Ellora, and they were surprised how beautiful structure which was constructed at Ellora, and they recognized this as a World Heritage Site. Prapancha Varasatva Sampada. This was constructed by Krishna. Yes. I think you got it, all the types of temples. Yes. One is structural temples, that is divided into 3 types. Shikara or Nagara, Dravida style by the Pallavas, and Vesara style by Badami Chalukyas. And cave temples, particularly Badami Chalukyas, were very famous, but Rashtrakutas time period, it reached to the glory. And come to the point, actually first rock cut cave temple started by whom? Rock cut cave temple started Ashoka, the great Ashoka, in 300 BC time period, approximately 300 BC. Ashoka started rock cut cave temples in around 300 BC. Ashoka constructed Barabar hills. He had taken Barabara hills, and it made into cave. And these caves were donated to the Ajivaka religion. And 2 years back, UPSC asked this question. And the first rock cut caves belongs to the which among the following religion? Many of them put answer Buddhism, not the Buddhism. Ashoka patronized Buddhism, but Ashoka donated these rock cut cave temples to the Ajivaka religion. Because of this is the first caves belongs to Ajivakas, not the Buddhist. This is Barabara hills in Bihar. Barabar. He had taken the hills, Kondalu, and he cut into caves. Yes, clear? And come to the point. Chandalas built magnificent temples at Khajuraho, which were recognized as World Heritage Centers by UNESCO in 1986. Yes, right. And one point you have to remember, Chandalas temples are Khajuraho temples. Khajuraho temples in Madhya Pradesh, totally these are 85. I told you the best Sikara temples in the world. Sikara temples in the world, not India, in the world. And these were 25 number. And at present, 85. At present, 25 are surviving now. And totally 85 temples, but many of them were destroyed. And only 25 temples are surviving them, Khajuraho temples. And this is called as Khajuraho Temple Complex. This complex was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1986. So coming to the point, some of the temples, let's see this. And Khajurahos, they constructed a temple for the Lakshmana. Are you remembering Lakshmana? Lakshmana was a brother of Rama, Lakshmana. And Khajurahos constructed a temple for Chitragupta. Chitragupta. Are you remembering Chitragupta? Yes, who is he, Chitragupta? He is always beside the Yamadharmaraju, Chitragupta. He is writing the records of human beings, what they are doing on the earth. Yes, Chitragupta. And see this. And they constructed temples of Brahma. Like this, Lakshmana, Chitragupta, Brahma. And not only that, they constructed Adinada temple. Adinada was the first Tirthankara. And they constructed Parshvanada temple. Parshvanada was the 23rd Tirthankara of Jainism. I told in the class, Jainism, Adinada or Risabhanada, first Tirthankara. And so many temples constructed. If you have a time, you go and see this, the best Sikara temples, Khajuraho temples in Madhya Pradesh. Only 25 are surviving now at present. Yes. The statement 1 is right. Yes. And next come to the second statement. And one point you have to remember, the Khajuraho temples, suppose Khajuraho temples adorn the beautiful sculpture. And one point, erotic pictures. I think you might have seen sometimes when you visited the temples, and some Mithuna couple postures, sexual postures, that is erotic pictures. So many presented on the temples of Sikara. Suppose if you see the only Lakshmana temple, more than 650 Mithuna couples sculptures were there. Mithuna couple, that is sexual postures were there. Mithuna couple. I think it may be for the awareness of the people in those days. 650 Mithuna couple sculptures were there in only Lakshmana temple. Yes. That point you have to remember, erotic pictures. That is called as Mithuna couple. And the earliest Hindi inscriptions were issued by Chandalas. Yes. And you know very well, in these, and in the language, official language, yes. And earliest Hindi inscriptions, first Hindi inscriptions were issued by the Chandalas. Right statement. Prithviraja Rasho was written by Chand Bardai. It reveals about the glory of Prithviraja Chauhan III. Yes. One more dynasty out of 36 Rajput dynasties, Chauhan dynasty. And Chauhan dynasty, the greatest ruler was Prithviraj Chauhan III. Out of 36 Rajput dynasties who ruled India in the time of 750 to 1200 AD, Chauhan dynasty is another dynasty. I told you about Pratihara dynasty, Paramara dynasty, Chandela dynasty, and Solanki dynasty, and now the Chauhan dynasty. Chauhan dynasty. All the important dynasties I will be discussing here. Prithviraj Raso was written by Chand Bardai. It reveals about the glory of Prithviraj Chauhan III. Yes, Chand Bardai wrote Prithviraj Raso. So the story of the Prithviraj Chauhan III. Prithviraj Chauhan III. He was the greatest ruler of the Chauhan dynasty. Yes, this is the first in the text. This is the first in the text. In the text. Earliest in the text. Earliest. And you know very well, ancient and early medieval period, mostly the languages are Sanskrit, Prakrit, Pali. But the first time we have talks about in the inscriptions in the time of Chandalas and in the book in the time of Chauhan. Yes. And coming to the point. So, Prithviraj Chauhan III, year 1191, Prithviraj Chauhan III fight against the Muhammad Ghori. Yes, Muhammad Ghori. And Prithviraj Chauhan defeated the Muhammad Ghori in 1191. This is the first Tarain war or Staneshwar war. First Staneshwar in Haryana. So where the battle was taken place. So in the 1191, first Tarain war or Staneshwar war, Muhammad Ghori was defeated by Prithviraj Raso. Yes, what happened later? Prithviraj Raso loves to the Samyukta. She was the daughter of Jayachandra of Gahadwala dynasty. Next statement. It's another dynasty, Gahadwala. Jayachandra of Gahadwala dynasty. Prithviraj Raso loves to the Samyukta and married to the Samyukta. It was not supported by the Jayachandra Gahadwala, her father, Jayachandra. So Jayachandra wanted to take revenge against the Prithviraj Raso, and Jayachandra supported to the Muhammad Ghori. And Muhammad Ghori, with the support of Jayachandra, 1192, Muhammad Ghori once again attacked the Prithviraj Chauhan. And Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated now, 1192, Second Tarain War. ఎస్ క్లియర్. అందుకే ఎప్పుడు కూడా మనకి వైఫ్ ఫర్రగా లేకపోయినా పర్వాలేదు, కానీ వైఫ్ వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ మనకు ఫర్రగా ఉన్నట్టు చూసుకోవాలి, మా అమ్మ మన వైపు ఉన్నట్టు చూసుకోవాలి. ఇక్కడ ఎవరికి వాళ్ళ డాడీకి ఇష్టం లేదు కాబట్టి అతను ఇక్కడ భారతదేశం గురించి గోరికి పెద్దగా తెలియదు కదా, వీళ్ళకి తెలుసు వీళ్ళ లోప్ హోల్స్ ఏంటని. ఆల్ ద లూప్ హోల్స్ మహమ్మద్ ఘోరికి చెప్పడం వల్ల మహమ్మద్ ఘోరి డిఫీటెడ్ Prithviraj Chauhan III in the second battle of Tarain in 1192. First battle, see this, Prithviraj defeated. Second battle, Prithviraj was defeated by the Muhammad Ghori. But anyway, second Tarain war leads to the establishing of Muslim rule in India. భారతదేశంలో ముస్లిం రూల్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవడానికి కారణమైన వార్ ఏదంటే 1192 సెకండ్ తరైన్ వార్. దెన్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్? మహమ్మద్ ఘోరి అపాయింటెడ్ కుతుబుద్దీన్ ఐబక్ యాజ్ ఎ గవర్నర్ ఆఫ్ అజ్మీర్ అండ్ ఢిల్లీ. ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ అజ్మీర్ అండ్ ఢిల్లీ. Muhammad Ghori, military general Qutbuddin Aibak was appointed as governor of Ajmer and Delhi after the 1192 Tarain war. And this man Qutbuddin Aibak, he started Delhi Sultanate kingdom in 1206. Yes, 1206. So in this way, this war establishing the Muslim rule in India. Yes, clear. Right statement. Sri Harsha wrote Naisada Charita and he was court poet of Jayachandra of Gahadwala dynasty. Out of 36 dynasties, Gadwala is one dynasty, Rajput dynasty, and Jayachandra was the great ruler of this Gadwala dynasty. And you know very well, his daughter Samyukta married to Prithviraj Raso, and who was the greatest ruler of the Chauhan dynasty. But anyway, Jayachandra court, there was a scholar, his name was Sri Harsha. Sri Harsha, who wrote Naisada Charita, Naisada Charita, Naisada Charita, the right statement, very important book, Naisada Charita. And even this book translated in Telugu language by Srinada. Srinada. I think you might know about Srinadudu. Yes, Srinadudu. Srinada translated this book into Telugu language. That is some, I am unable to recollect this moment, I will tell you later. Sringara Darpamu, Sringara Sankalpam మీద ఒక బుక్ ఉంటుంది, అది చెప్తా తర్వాత. Yes, anyway, coming to the point, right statement, correct statement. Sringara Naisadam, Srinada Sringara Naisadam, this is a Telugu translation of Naisada Charita, Sringara Naisadam. Yama? Anyway, coming to the point. So first statement right, second statement right, third statement right, fourth statement right. What is your answer? Correct answer, D, all. Okay. I told you initially North India was ruled by 36 Rajput dynasties, and Bihar and Bengal was ruled by this eastern India. Bihar and Bengal was ruled by Pala dynasty and Sena dynasty. Pala dynasty ruled 300 years, and next 100 years Sena dynasty ruled. From 750 to 1200 AD, this time period, early medieval India time period, Bihar and Bengal was ruled by Pala dynasty. Next Palas were replaced by Senas. Palas ruled 300 years, Bihar and Bengal. And let's come to the point. Which among the following is are correct? Vikramasila, Somapura, Jagaddala and Uddantapuri universities were constructed by Dharmapala, who was the greatest king of the Pala dynasty. And you know very well, very famous universities, ancient universities is Takshila, Nalanda, Vallabhi and Vikramasila. Vikramasila. These four were very famous. And one of them, see this, constructed by the Pala dynasty. Takshila, ancient, Panini, Patanjali, జీవక వాళ్ళందరూ తక్షశిలలో చదువుకున్నారమ్మా. కౌటిల్య చదువుకున్నారు, వీళ్ళందరూ కౌటిల్యులందరూ తక్షశిల. తర్వాత నలంద వాజ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ బై ది గుప్తన్ రూలర్ కుమారగుప్త. వల్లభి యూనివర్సిటీ బై మైత్రికా డైనాసిటీ, వల్లభి యూనివర్సిటీ, మైత్రికాస్. విక్రమశిల మీకు ఎప్పుడైనా ఎవరైనా అడిగితే ఇంటర్వ్యూ కానీ ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్లో ఎక్కడైనా, సో ద మోస్ట్ ఫేమస్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ తక్షశిల, నలంద, వల్లభి అండ్ విక్రమశిల. అండ్ కమ్ టు ద పాయింట్, విక్రమశిల, సోమపుర, జగద్దల, ఉద్దంతపరి యూనివర్సిటీస్ were constructed by Dharmapala, who was the greatest king of the Pala dynasty. Right statement, amma. Dharmapala. Actually, Gopala was the founder of the Pala dynasty, amma. Gopala was the founder of the Pala dynasty in Bihar and Bengal. And Dharmapala, he was the greatest king of the Pala dynasty. Yes. He constructed many educational institutions, but mostly these universities are very famous. Madanapala, the last ruler of the Pala dynasty, was assassinated by his officer Vijayasena, and he started Sena dynasty. Right statement. So Madanapala was the last ruler of the Pala dynasty, and he was assassinated by his officer. మనం ఎవరి దగ్గర జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలి రేపు ఆఫీసర్ అయిన తర్వాత? మన ఫ్రెండ్ దగ్గర, సబార్డినేట్స్ దగ్గర. అది గుర్తుంచుకోవాలమ్మా. మనం ఐఏఎస్ ఐపీఎస్ అయిన తర్వాత వచ్చి అశోక్ నగర్ వచ్చి మన ఫ్రెండ్ దగ్గర కాదు మనం ఎట్లా ఉండడం, మన ఫ్రెండ్తో మామూలుగా ఉండాలి. మీకు ఫ్రెండ్ ఎవరు ఉంటారో వాళ్ళతో. కానీ మీ సబార్డినేట్స్ దగ్గర జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలి. మనం చరిత్ర మొత్తం చూస్తే ఏం తెలుస్తుంది? అయితే ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ వేసేస్తాడు సుల్తాన్ని, లేదంటే మిలిటరీ కమాండర్ వేసేస్తాడు, లేదంటే దగ్గరున్న ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఆఫీసర్ వేసేస్తాడు. ఎందుకంటే నీ లూపేల్స్ అన్నీ ఎవడో తెలిస్తే? సబార్డినేట్గా తెలిస్తే, వాళ్ళకి తెలిస్తే పక్కన ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి. ఇప్పుడు గోరికి ఏం తెలియదు అని చెప్పాలంటే, అందుకు ఓడిపోయాడు మన ఇండియా గురించి. కానీ జయచంద్ర ఇంటిచ్చాక గోరి ఓడించలేదా? అట్లా ఇక్కడ కూడా నీ పక్కన వాళ్ళకి నీ విషయాలు తెలుస్తాయి. కాబట్టి నువ్వు ఎక్కడ స్ట్రిక్ట్గా ఉండాలి? సబార్డినేట్స్ దగ్గర స్ట్రిక్ట్గా ఉండాలి. మదనపాల వాజ్ అసాసినేటెడ్. స్ట్రిక్ట్గా ఉండకపోతే ఏం చేశాడు? ఈ ఆఫీసర్ విజయసేన చంపేసి ఈ స్టార్టెడ్ సేనా డైనాసిటీ. ఎస్, రైట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. ద గ్రేట్ స్కాలర్ జయదేవ వాజ్ ఇన్ ద కోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లక్ష్మణ సేన. ఈ రోట్ గీతా గోవిందం. ఈ రోట్ ఎస్. అయితే మనకి పాలా డైనెస్టీనేమో గోపాల స్టార్ట్ చేశాడు, లాస్ట్ రూలర్ ఏమో మదనపాల, మళ్ళీ సేనా డైనెస్టీనేమో విజయసేన విజయసేన స్టార్టెడ్. బట్ ద గ్రేట్ రూలర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సేనా డైనాసిటీ లక్ష్మణ సేన. సో ఇన్ హీస్ కోర్ట్ దేర్ వాజ్ ఎ స్కాలర్, గ్రేట్ స్కాలర్, ఈజ్ నేమ్ వాజ్ జయదేవ. రీసెంట్లీ APPSC Group-I క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారమ్మా. జయదేవ ఈ wrote గీతా గోవింద, and there is a movie also, Geeta Govindam. Yes, Geeta Govinda. You wrote a book, Geeta Govinda. Geeta Govinda, the book is most sacred and most authenticate book of Vaishnavism. Most sacred and most authenticate book of Vaishnavism. And Geeta Govindam reveals about the Dasavatara concept. Vishnu Dasavatara concept. Even today, most of the Indians and all the Vaishnava devotees, they believed that this Dasavatara concept of Vaishnavism. Yes, clear. Now, what is your answer, Amma? Yes. ఇప్పుడు కూడా నమ్ముతున్నారు కదా విష్ణు 10 అవతారాలు ఉన్నాయని. Yes. Which among the following is are correct? Yes. Okay. Let's come to the South India. From 750 to 1200 AD, who ruled South India? North India completed. North India 36 Rajput dynasties, and East India, Bihar and Bengal, Pala and Sena dynasty. Yes. And coming to the South India, Deccan part. Oh my God. This Deccan part, actually initially this part was ruled by Badami Chalukyas. Location to last class I told you. Badami Chalukyas were replaced by the Rashtrakutas. Are you remembering Rashtrakuta king Krishna I? He constructed largest, biggest, గ్రాండెస్ట్ రాక్ కట్ కేవ్ టెంపుల్ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్. అతను ఒక రాక్ను తీసుకొని దాన్ని కట్టాడు. మరి అది ఎట్లా ఉందంటే అది మనకి కంచిలో కైలాస దేవాన కంచి, ఇట్ రిసెంబల్స్ కంచి కైలాసనాథ టెంపుల్. ఇట్ రిసెంబల్స్ కంచి కైలాసనాథ టెంపుల్. అండ్ ఎనీవే, రాష్ట్రకూటాస్ రూల్డ్ దిస్ పార్ట్ 200 years ఆఫ్టర్ ది బాదామి చాళుక్యస్. డెక్కన్. బాబు నాకు హాట్ వాటర్ ఇవ్వమ్మా. ఇలా ప్లెయిన్ వాటర్ ఇచ్చి, కూల్ వాటర్ ఇచ్చావు కదా, ప్లెయిన్. రాష్ట్రకూటాస్ రూల్డ్ డెక్కన్ more than 2 centuries and their capital was Ellora. Yes, right statement. Even this rock cut cave temple was constructed at Ellora. Yes, Badami Chalukya capital Badami in Karnataka and Rashtrakuta's capital Ellora in Maharashtra. They ruled Deccan more than 2 centuries. Yes, right. Yes. And one point you have to remember, Badami Chalukya last ruler was defeated by his governor Danti Durga, and Danti Durga started the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Danti Durga was the founder of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Yes. Next question. Next statement. Krishna I built rock cut monolithic. Monolithic means he had taken single rock, monolithic temple at Ellora, which is considered as the greatest rock cut temple in the world, and which was recognized as World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Yes, right. Who constructed this? Krishna I. చాలా మంది మొన్న కృష్ణ 3 అని పెట్టారు. కృష్ణ 1. Next, the greatest ruler of the Rashtrakuta dynasty was Amogavarsha, who wrote Kaviraja Marga, which is the earliest book in Kannada literature. And coming to the point, Rashtrakuta greatest ruler was Amogavarsha. Amogavarsha. Coming to the point, Amogavarsha he shifted capital from Ellora to Manyakhet. Ellora to Manyakhet. Actually, Manyakhet, this city was constructed by Amogavarsha and shifted Ellora to Manyakhet. And one point you have to remember, Amogavarsha was the second Indian ruler who had taken Sallekana Vrata after the Chandragupta Maurya. Are you remembering Amma Sallekana Vrata? Sallekana Vrata is a concept of Jainism. Sallekana Vrata means giving maximum pain to body without taking food and water. Food and water. When I was a student of UPSC asked one question. Sallekana Vrata giving maximum pain to body without taking food, water and air. Is that right statement? No. Hair which తీసుకోలేదనుకో యూ డోంట్ గివ్ ఎనీ పెయిన్ టు యువర్ బాడీ. ఇలా మూసుకుని చచ్చిపోతాం. ఇంకెక్కడ పెయిన్ ఇచ్చావు. కానీ ఎయిర్ తీసుకున్నావు అనుకో దాహం వేస్తుంది, వాటర్ తీసుకోకూడదు. థ్రస్ట్, బట్ యూ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు టేక్ ద వాటర్. సో హంగ్రీ వేస్తుంది, ఫుడ్ తీసుకోకూడదు. అప్పుడు నువ్వు సఫర్ అవుతుంది బాడీ. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ మ్యాక్సిమం పెయిన్ టు బాడీ వితౌట్ టేకింగ్ ఫుడ్ అండ్ వాటర్. ఫైనల్లీ యూ డై. చివరికి నువ్వు చచ్చిపోవాలి. అలా సన్నంగా అయిపోయి బక్కగా అయిపోయి చచ్చిపోవాలి. Who was the first Indian ruler who had taken the Sallekana Vrata? Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan dynasty. And the next Indian ruler, Amogavarsha. Amogavarsha ఎట్లా తీసుకున్నాడు ఇదంటే తుంగభద్ర రివర్లోకి ఇట్లా ఇలా అలా నడుచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోయి అలా చనిపోయాడు అంతే. సబ్మర్జ్డ్ ఇంటు ది తుంగభద్ర రివర్. ఎస్ క్లియర్? అట్లా మనం ఎనీవే Kaviraja Marga, which is the earliest book in Kannada literature. Right. So the first Kannada literary book, Kaviraja Marga, which was written by Amogavarsha. What is your answer? After the Rashtrakutas, this place was ruled by the Kalyani Chalukyas. Please remember, Harshavardhana time period, Badami Chalukyas, later Rashtrakutas, later Kalyani Chalukyas, same place. Badami Chalukyas were replaced by the Rashtrakutas. Rashtrakutas were replaced by the Kalyani Chalukyas. Yes. Bilhana and Vijnaneshwara were the court scholars of Vikramaditya VI. Vikramaditya VI was the greatest ruler of the Kalyani Chalukya dynasty. Kalyani was the capital. So I don't know whether you are aware or not. So Indian territories were ruled by the number of Chalukya rulers. కాబట్టి ఈ స్టూడెంట్స్ వీళ్ళందరూ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ కాకుండా వాళ్ళ క్యాపిటల్ పేరుతో వాళ్ళని పిలవడం జరిగింది. వెస్టర్న్ చాళుక్యాస్ ఫస్ట్. సో దేర్ క్యాపిటల్ ఇస్ బాదామి. సో బాదామి చాళుక్యాస్. అండ్ చాళుక్యాస్, their capital is Kalyani Chalukyas. Here Chalukyas, Eastern Chalukyas, their capital is Vengi Chalukyas. Based on their capital, the historians gave a name to the Badami Chalukyas, Vengi Chalukyas, Kalyani Chalukyas. Yes, Bilhana and Vijnaneshwara, so the two scholars in the court of Vikramaditya VI, the right statement. One point you have to remember, Amma, ancient India and medieval India, most of the questions comes from the culture part. culture, language and literature, religion and philosophy, art and architecture. Yes. See, Vijnaneswara wrote Mitakshara book. Bilhana wrote Vikramanka Deva Charita. It means the story of Vikramaditya sixth. రాజుగారిని పొగుడుతూ రాయడం. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద రైట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అమ్మా. విజ్ఞానేశ్వర wrote మితాక్షర అండ్ బిలహన wrote విక్రమాంక దేవచరిత. సో మితాక్షర ఈజ్ ఏ లా బుక్ అమ్మ. లా జుడిషియరీ లా బుక్ మితాక్షర. అయితే మితాక్షర టాక్స్ అబౌట్ ది ancestral property, property. Yes, or you can call it as inheritance of property. So according to Mitakshara, inheritance of property right going to the successors when father is alive. ఫాదర్ బతికుండగలనే ఈ రైట్స్ వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకు కూడా వెళ్ళిపోతాయమ్మా, చిల్డ్రన్కి. అకార్డింగ్ టు మితాక్షర, ద ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపర్టీ రైట్స్ వర్ గివెన్ టు సక్సెసర్స్ వెన్ ఫాదర్ ఈజ్ అలైవ్. మీ ఫాదర్ బతికుండగలనే, మీ ఫాదర్కి ఒక 50 crores ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, దాని మీద రైట్ మీకు వస్తుంది అకార్డింగ్ టు మితాక్షర్. ఇది ఇప్పటికి కూడా ఇండియా మొత్తం ప్రివేల్ అవుతుంది ఎక్సెప్ట్ అస్సాం అండ్ బెంగాల్. సో మా అమ్మాయి ఉంటుంది, నన్ను అడుగుతుంటుంది. మొన్న ఎప్పుడో నేను స్విమ్మింగ్ పూల్ తీసుకెళ్ళా. స్విమ్మింగ్ పూల్లో ఇట్లా పెట్టుకునేది ఉంటుంది కదా, బెలూన్ లాగా మునిగిపోకుండా, ఆ ట్యూబ్. అవి మీ చిన్నపిల్ల 4 ఏళ్ళు అనమాట. అయితే మార్నింగ్ వస్తున్నప్పుడు నిన్న స్కూల్లో ఏదో స్విమ్మింగ్ పూల్ యాక్టివిటీ ఉంటే పడిపోయిందంట లోపల. సో ఇప్పుడు నాకెందుకు ఆ ట్యూబ్ కొనిపెట్టావు నువ్వు, ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ట్యూబ్ కొనిపెట్టి క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళి అంటుంది. అంటే ఆమెకు తెలియదు ఈ మితాక్షర ఈ లా ఎన్ని, కానీ షీ హ్యాడ్ ఎ రైట్ ఆన్ మై ప్రాపర్టీ అండ్ మై మనీ. నువ్వు ఎందుకు కొనిపెట్టావు, వై ఆర్ యూ నాట్ బయింగ్ అన్నట్లు. అంటే సో అకార్డింగ్ టు మితాక్షర, ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపర్టీ అంటే వారసత్వ హక్కులు ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి, ఫాదర్ ఎలాగ ఉన్నప్పుడే. అది మొత్తం ఇండియా మొత్తం ప్రివేల్ అవుతుంది ఎక్సెప్ట్ అస్సాం అండ్ బెంగాల్. మరి అస్సాం అండ్ బెంగాల్లో ఎలా ప్రివేల్ అవుతుంది, ఇది మితాక్షర లా. దిస్ ఈస్ అక్కడ దయభాగ లా ప్రివేల్ అవుతుందమ్మా. దయభాగ లా. సో ఇది జిమ్ముత వాహన అనే వ్యక్తి దీన్ని చెప్పడం జరిగింది. మితాక్షర బై విజ్ఞానేశ్వర అండ్ దయభాగాల బై జిమ్ముత వాహన. ఎస్, జిమ్ముత వాహన. దయభాగాల ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపర్టీ రైట్స్ వర్ గివెన్ టు ద సక్సెసర్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ ద డెత్ ఆఫ్ ఫాదర్. ఫాదర్ చనిపోయాక అప్పటి వరకు ఎవరు ఫైటింగ్ చేసుకో. ఇద్దరు అన్నదమ్ములు ఉంటే వాళ్ళ నాన్న చచ్చిపోయే వరకు ఎవడు ఫైటింగ్ చేసుకోకూడదు. ఎందుకు, ఆస్తి వాళ్ళ నాన్న చచ్చిపోయే వరకు వాళ్ళ నాన్నదే. చచ్చిపోయిన తర్వాత పంచుకోవాలి. కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కువ గొడవలు ఏంటమ్మా, బతికుండగలనే అవుతున్నాయి కదా. అంటే ఏంటి, బ్రతికుండగలనే రైట్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. అంటే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది ఏరియాస్లో ఏం ప్రివేల్ అవుతుంది, మితాక్షరాల. క్లియర్. మానసోల్లాస ఆర్ అభిలాష తీర్థ చింతామణి were written by Someswarathi. So this is actually when I gave my first attempt to the UPSC, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారమ్మా ప్రిలిమ్స్. మానసోల్లాస ఆర్ అభిలాష తీర్థ చింతామణి were written by Someswarathi. And the another ruler of the Kalyani Chalukyas, Someswarathi. He was a ruler and also a great scholar. Yavaru Someswarathi. And he wrote Abhilasha Tirtha Chintamani, or you can call it as Manasollasa. Right. Yes. Yadava and Kakate kingdoms were emerged on the remains of Cholas. Yadava and Kakatiya kingdoms were emerged on the remains of Cholas. Yadava kingdom and Kakatiya. You know very well, Kakatiyas of Varangal. These two kingdoms were emerged on the remains of Cholas. Cholas ఎక్కడ రూల్ చేశారు? ఈ పల్లవాస్ తర్వాత ఈ సౌత్ పార్ట్లో చోలాస్ రూల్ చేశారు. మరి యాదవ కింగ్డమ్ కాకతీయ కింగ్డమ్ ఇటువైపు ఉన్నాయమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ. కాబట్టి ఇది కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యాస్, నాట్ ద చోలాస్. యాదవ అండ్ కాకతీయ కింగ్డమ్స్ వర్ ఎమర్జ్డ్ ఆన్ ద రిమైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యాస్, నాట్ ద చోలాస్. దిస్ ఈజ్ అ రాంగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్. What is your question? Which among the following is are correct? What is your answer? You tell me. A for apple. 1, 2, 3. ఇక్కడ ఇంకో పాయింట్ చెప్పుకుందాం. అయితే మరి చోలాస్ తర్వాత మనం అక్కడ చెప్పుకుందాం.